This is Grandma Schwendiman's honey candy, and she was my great-grandma, so she'd be your third great-grandma, and I knew her really, really, really well. In fact, she even met your mom
when I was a little baby.
Okay, and she's the only one I know who's ever made this candy except for her children and her grandchildren. Okay, so you start out with just about a cup of honey. Well, I'm making a double batch, but you don't ever make more than 2 batches at a time because then it doesn't work. So you do just a little bit less than a cup of honey, about that much. And so I'm doing a little less than 2 cups of honey. Okay, yeah.
Okay, here's the part where she has the secret ingredient. Okay, now you can put the rest in.
Then you do a cup of sugar. Everybody needs to move for a second. Okay, this is the double batch. So the double batch is a little less than 2 cups of honey and a whole cup of sugar. Get out of here. Okay, so that's my cup of sugar. And then you put in 2 tablespoons of butter. With a knife. Okay, 2 tablespoons of butter.
Okay.
Leave it there. And Rachel, are you watching this? And when you put the 2 tablespoons of butter in, it doesn't have to
Cut that part out.
be mixed up really good. You want to mix up the honey and the sugar enough that it can cook. Okay, now the trick is when it starts cooking at first, you have to leave the lid on until it boils, because if you take it off, then the sugar crystallizes and it gets all grainy and it doesn't work. So you just kind of stir it up like this, get it pretty well stirred up, just the sugar and the honey, doesn't matter about the butter. And then you put a lid on it and you bring it to a boil. The cool thing is that I usually do this in another pan, which we just shipped to England. And so the pan I'm using, I actually have a glass top, which is a whole lot smarter, because I can see when it starts to boil. So while the candy is getting warm and it's not boiling yet, you have to clean off a big countertop, hopefully granite or marble or something that doesn't melt, because you're going to pour hot candy on it. But I'm using a disinfecting thing, and I'm going to wipe it with water too, so that you get all the germs off before you start. Now it's just barely started boiling. See? You can see it's just barely starting to boil. So I am now putting the thermometer in it and figuring out how to turn it on, if I can remember.
Yeah, piece of technology. Good boy.
Okay. And I'm setting it for 285. And it's going to take me forever to get up there.
So it goes off once
It'll go up by itself.
Yeah.
So then it beeps it. Actually, I'm going to set it at about 283 because it gets hot really fast, and you don't want to overheat it. You never want to go over 285.
Come on. Come here.
Because then it turns brittle.
Rachel.
And I'll pull all your teeth out. Okay. Start. I think that's start. Okay, so it's boiling, and it's got to boil for a while now. But I didn't take the top off until after it started boiling.
Ah.
You don't take the top off.
So you leave the top on until it starts boiling, and then
you start.
you put the candy thermometer in.
Yeah, and then you put the candy thermometer in.
Okay.
Okay, now you are going to have to wash your hands really good again. Everybody's got to wash their hands really good before they pull the taffy. So